where this whole before 30 pressure even started. There's this unspoken countdown that almost every young Nigerian knows too well. A silent timer society placed on your life before you were even old enough to understand what it meant. It starts ticking the moment you enter your 20s. Every birthday after 21 feels less like celebration and more like a reminder that your time is going. And before you know it, you wake up one morning at 25 feeling like you're already behind, simply because your life doesn't look like the imaginary checklist Nigeria gave you. But let's ask the real question. Who even created this timeline? Who said 30 is the magic number, and who decided you must have everything figured out before then? Let's break it down slowly, because this whole make it early mindset didn't start from nowhere. It came from layers of culture, society, family expectations, and now the loudest one, social media. 1. The Nigerian success formula they sold us. In many Nigerian homes, success has always been presented like a straight line. Go to school, graduate with good grades, get a good job quickly, make good money fast, get married early, start a family, build a house, buy a car, take care of everyone. If your life doesn't follow this sequence or doesn't move fast enough, suddenly you're not serious, not trying hard enough, or just wasting time. But nobody ever stops to ask, does this formula still make sense in today's world? Is it even healthy? Is it realistic? And most importantly, is it your formula? Every generation before you had a different Nigeria. Your parents grew up in a version of the country that had more stability, less competition, fewer distractions, and way fewer financial demands. A bachelor's degree back then could change someone's life. A job in civil service could buy land. A small business could take care of a whole family. Today, you can have 2 degrees, 3 skills, and 4 hustles, and yet your bank account will still be asking you questions. The world changed, but the expectations stayed the same. That's how the pressure was born. 2. The early achiever myth that messed everybody up. Every Nigerian knows that one person who blew early. Maybe a classmate who moved abroad, a friend who got a tech job at 22, someone who married into wealth, a cousin who became a content creator and suddenly started soft lifing, a random guy on your timeline who bought a car at 25. Society sees a few early achievers and suddenly starts acting like everyone must be like that. You start hearing things like, "Look at your mate. People are making it, you're just there relaxing. Before 30, you must have achieved something, huh? Time is going." But nobody ever knows how 90% of early achievers didn't even plan it. A lot of them hit opportunities by luck, privilege, timing, or connections. Some of them blew early and crashed early. Some are still figuring out their lives in secret. Some are drowning in pressure but smiling online. And some are simply outliers, not the standard. But society takes these few outliers and uses them to judge millions of young people. Imagine using someone's highlight moment to measure your whole life. It's unfair, it's unrealistic, and honestly, it's harmful. 3. How social media turned 30 into a deadline. Before social media, people struggled quietly. Nobody knew what anyone was doing unless you met them physically or heard gist from a mutual friend. But now, every second someone is posting their wins. New house, new car, vacation, aesthetic morning routine, career announcement, relationship goals, gym transformation, money bouquet, new business, relocation story. And even though you don't want to compare, something inside you whispers, you're not doing enough, you're wasting time, you're falling behind your mates, Your life is slow. But what you forget is, people post their wins, not their reality. Nobody is posting their sleepless nights. Nobody is posting their debt. Nobody is posting their regrets. Nobody is posting their rejections. Nobody is posting the pressure they also feel. Nobody is posting the tears they cried last night. You're comparing your journey to someone's edited moments. And social media doesn't just show you success, it compresses it. Someone can post 7 achievements in 7 different months in one swipe. Your brain reads it like, how is everyone winning at the same time except me? But they're not. It only looks that way. The truth is, the world is full of slow progress, setbacks, confusion, waiting seasons, and people who don't have anything figured out. Social media just hides that part.
4. Family expectations. The pressure nobody warned you about. Let's be very honest. Nigerian families with love can pressure you more than anything else. You're 25. What's your plan? You're 27. When are you getting married? You're almost 30. You should have something doing. You're the hope of this family. You must not fail us. Even when they don't say it directly, their tone carries it. Their facial expressions carry it. Their questions carry it. Their silence carries it. And because Nigerian culture places so much emphasis on making your parents proud, people start rushing life just so they don't disappoint anyone. But nobody teaches you how to breathe while carrying expectations. Nobody teaches you that you can be doing your best and still not have everything. Nobody teaches you that life moves differently for everyone. Nobody teaches you that delay is not failure. Family pressure makes you feel like your 20s are an exam you must pass. But life is not an exam. It's a journey. And every journey has its own rhythm. 5. When society acts like struggling after 25 is a sin. The craziest thing is how Nigerian society treats anyone between 25 to 30 who is still figuring life out. If you don't have a stable career yet, people will look at you somehow. If you don't have money saved, people assume you're irresponsible. If you're still living at home, people judge you. If you're not married, they'll remind you. If you're single and broke, just forget it. People act like you're committing a crime. But the truth is, your mid-20s are supposed to be your learning years, your exploration years, your let me understand myself years, your let me make mistakes and grow years. But Nigeria doesn't give you that space. Here, you're supposed to have everything figured out fast, even though the country itself is not stable. You can't pressure young people to make it early in a system that makes progress difficult. Struggling at 25 is normal. Starting over at 27 is normal. Being confused at 28 is normal. Still figuring life out at 29 is normal. Nobody tells you that. Instead, they make you feel like you're behind in a race that doesn't even exist. 6. The origin of the scam. A timeline that doesn't match reality. Let's break down the original Nigerian timeline logically. Graduate at 21, get a job by 22, start earning well by 23, get married before 26, buy a house before 30, become financially stable before 30. Now ask yourself, does this actually match the world we live in? People now graduate at 25 because school delays. NYSC takes 1 year. Jobs are harder to find. Salaries don't match the cost of living. Rent is expensive. Food is expensive. Life is expensive. 20-somethings are taking care of family while trying to care for themselves. Even the people who created this timeline didn't have all their achievements before 30. most Nigerian parents became stable around 40-50, not 28. The timeline is a scam because it is based on a world that no longer exists. It doesn't consider your reality. It doesn't consider your journey. It doesn't consider your challenges. It doesn't consider your growth speed. It doesn't consider your individuality. It's a one-size-fits-all timeline in a world where everyone's life is different. 7. Why 30 became the fear age. Here's the funny part. Nobody panics about turning 40. Nobody panics about turning 50. Nobody panics about turning 60. Why? Because society no longer ties those ages to achievement deadlines. So why is 30 the scary age? Because society turned it into a finish line instead of the starting point that it actually is. But ask anyone older and they'll tell you the truth. Life starts making sense at 30. Your mind gets clearer at 30. You understand yourself better. You stop rushing nonsense. You gain wisdom. You make better decisions. Yet young people are afraid of it because they've been brainwashed into believing that it's the end of youth, not the beginning of adulthood. 30 is not a deadline. It's not a final exam. It's not the end of your story. It's not the last chance to make it. 30 is just a number, a beautiful, mature, powerful age where everything can still happen. And for many people, 30 is when life actually begins to align. 8. You're not late. Society is just loud. If there was no timeline, if there was no pressure, if there was no comparison, if there was no social media, you wouldn't be stressed about your age. You wouldn't feel behind. You wouldn't feel like you're running out of time. You wouldn't be rushing life. You wouldn't be overthinking your future. You wouldn't judge yourself so harshly. You'd simply be living, learning, growing, evolving. The problem isn't your age. The problem is the noise around it. Life doesn't punish you for being slow. It punishes you for giving up. Your 20s are not for perfection. They're for experimentation. They're the messy years, the discovery years, the let me learn myself years. You're not late. You're just living in a world that wants everything fast. But real life is not fast. Real success is not fast. Real growth is not fast. Real purpose is not fast.
Why your 20s feel like confusion, chaos, and constant catch-up. Let's be honest, your 20s feel like someone dumped you in a maze with no map, no instructions, and no guarantee that any of the doors you open will actually lead somewhere. One minute, you feel motivated. The next minute, you feel lost. One month, you feel like your life is coming together. The next month, it feels like everything's scattered. One day you wake up ready to conquer the world. The next day you wake up asking, what am I even doing? And the crazy thing is, everyone around you looks like they know what they're doing until you talk to them privately and realize they're confused too. Your 20s feel confusing not because you're failing, but because this is the season designed for confusion. You're not supposed to have everything figured out. You're supposed to be learning, trying, falling, restarting, unlearning, growing. But society never tells you that. Instead, it tells you, time is going. You're almost 30. Better hurry up. So let's break down why this decade feels like an emotional roller coaster and why that's completely okay. 1. Your 20s are the first time life stops giving you instructions. Think about it. Your whole childhood followed a structure. Primary school to secondary school to university. Teachers told you what to do. Parents guided your decisions. Society laid out the path. But the moment you graduate, suddenly life hands you the steering wheel and says, figure it out. No syllabus, no timetable, no lecturer telling you what exam is next, no parent telling you which step is correct, no teacher explaining what chapter to read. Now you're the teacher, student, principal, and invigilator of your own life, all at once. Of course it feels confusing. Of course you don't feel ready. Of course you're second-guessing everything. You're not lost, you're just navigating your first real taste of freedom. And freedom is messy. 2. You're balancing survival and purpose at the same time. Here's what many people don't talk about. Your 20s force you to chase two things at once: survival and purpose. You need money, but you also need meaning. You need a job, but you also want something you actually enjoy. You want stability, but you also want growth. You need responsibilities, but you also crave adventure. You want to settle, but you don't want to settle for less. It's a tug of war. You're trying to survive Nigeria's economy, navigate adulthood, meet expectations, figure out your gifts, build your identity, and still somehow find happiness. It's not that you're too slow. It's that you're carrying too much for one human being. Nobody makes it early when survival is the first exam. 3. You're comparing journeys that are not even the same race. Comparison is the thief of peace, and in the age of social media, it's also the thief of clarity. But here's the truth nobody says out loud. You and the people you compare yourself to don't even have the same starting point. Some people had financial support, connections, stable homes, mentors, guidance, early exposure, fewer responsibilities, emotional support, generational wealth, citizenship advantages, family businesses, a soft landing. You've probably been fighting battles since childhood. You had to motivate yourself. You had to teach yourself skills. You had to create your own network from scratch. You had to support your family while trying to support yourself. But you're comparing your journey to someone who only had to walk, while you had to climb. Stop judging yourself based on timelines that were never meant for you. Your struggle is not proof that you're behind. It's proof that your journey is heavier. 4. The psychological trap of before 30. Let's talk about something deep. The way your brain reacts to time pressure. When society keeps shouting, you must make it before 30. You must settle down before 30. Your mates are ahead of you. Your brain goes into two possible modes. Fight. You start rushing life, taking decisions out of fear rather than clarity. You take jobs you hate. You date people who stress you. You force maturity you haven't grown into. You make financial mistakes trying to look successful. You sacrifice rest, peace, and sanity just to meet up. Freeze. You feel overwhelmed and start doing nothing. Every decision feels scary. Every step feels risky. Every goal feels far. You procrastinate because you don't know where to start. You feel stuck even when you're trying. Both reactions are common. Both reactions are human. Both reactions come from pressure, not failure. Your brain is not malfunctioning, it's protecting you from stress you weren't built to carry.
5. Everyone you admire also had a lost phase. They just don't talk about it. You know those people you admire? Those ones who seem like their life has direction and purpose? Those ones who talk confidently about their plans and goals? Ask them privately. Ask them off camera. Ask them when the lights are off. You will hear stories like, "I didn't know what I was doing at 25. I was broke for years. I didn't find my path until my 30s. I was confused for a long time. I failed many times before I got it right. I got lucky, that's the truth. I didn't plan this, it just happened. Nobody is truly as put together as they look publicly. Most success stories have a hidden chapter filled with fear, doubt, mistakes, waiting seasons, and small wins that didn't make sense at the time. Your own story is still in the middle. Stop comparing it to someone else's ending. 6. You're not behind. You're building. Let's talk about foundations. When a building is going to be tall, the foundation takes longer. The workers dig deeper. The structure takes more time to form. The process looks slow. It even looks like nothing is happening. But the truth is, everything is happening underground. That's you. Right now, it feels like your life is slow. It feels like your progress isn't visible. It feels like you're stuck. But what you're doing is laying foundation, skills, mindset, resilience, experience, clarity, emotional maturity, identity, the things that actually matter long term. People who rush early sometimes collapse early. People who build slowly build something that lasts. Don't despise slow progress. Don't disrespect your foundation years. Don't rush your becoming. 7. You're learning lessons that will protect you later. Every delay you're experiencing now, every confusion you're feeling, every mistake you're making, every rejection you're facing, every lesson you're learning, they're not punishments, they're preparation. Life is shaping you into someone who can handle what you're praying for. Some people make it early and lose everything because they weren't ready emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. But you are being trained. You're learning how to manage money. You're learning discipline. You're learning self-control. You're learning emotional intelligence. You're learning boundaries. You're learning patience. You're learning resilience. You're learning how to survive storms. You're learning how to stand alone. You're learning how to make wise decisions. These are not small things. These are the exact things that will sustain your future. 8. Your 20s are about understanding yourself, not impressing anyone. The worst mistake you can make in your 20s is living to please society, because society will clap when you succeed, and gossip when you struggle, and forget you when you fall, and replace you when someone else shines. You can't build a life on public opinion. The foundation is too weak. Your 20s are for learning who you are, not who they want you to be. Healing from childhood wounds, not suppressing them. Exploring different paths, not forcing a path that suffocates you. Experimenting, not pretending. Failing forward, not fearfully standing still. Trying new things, not locking yourself into a life you don't want. Your 20s are not about showing results. They're about building identity. You can make it early and still feel empty if you don't know yourself. 9. The idea that you must accomplish everything before 30 is simply unrealistic. Think about the most successful people globally. Most of them didn't blow before 30. Some didn't succeed until their 40s. Some didn't peak until their 50s. Some didn't find clarity until their 60s. So why are you stressing yourself because of an age society picked randomly? Life didn't give you a deadline. People did. Culture did. Social media did. But life itself, life is patient. Life allows growth at any age. Life allows reinvention at any age. Life allows breakthroughs at any age. You're not late. You're not running behind. You're not wasting time. You're just human. Relax. 10. Your 20s are planting years, not harvesting years. Let's make this clear. The reason your 20s feel so hard is because you're planting seeds, habits, relationships, routines, skills, discipline, mindset. Planting is messy. Planting is slow. Planting is dirty. Planting takes energy. Planting doesn't look glamorous. Planting doesn't produce instant results. But harvesting? Harvesting is beautiful. Harvesting is joyful. Harvesting is rewarding. Your time will come, but right now you are sowing, and sowing seasons are never easy. Don't let society shame you for being in the right season of your life. 11. Your 20s are not a race. They're a classroom. Every experience you're having is teaching you something. The heartbreaks are teaching you emotional boundaries. The confusion is teaching you self-awareness. The failures are teaching you resilience. The slow progress is teaching you patience. The disappointments are teaching you wisdom. The responsibilities are teaching you strength. The loneliness is teaching you independence. The setbacks are teaching you strategy. The delays are teaching you alignment. You're not behind, you're learning. And the beautiful thing about life is this: nobody truly masters their 20s. They just survive it long enough to understand it later. 12. You are right on time, even if it doesn't feel like it. Pause. Take a breath. Read this slowly. You are not late. You are not failing. You are not behind. You are not wasting your life. You are not disappointing anyone. You are not running out of time. Your story is moving at the speed it needs to. Life is not a competition. Life is not a race. Life is not an exam you must pass before 30. Life is a journey, and journeys take time. Your future is still wide open. Your destiny hasn't expired. Your story is still unfolding. Your best years haven't even started yet.
How to break free from the pressure and build life at your own pace. By now, you already know the truth. The timeline society gave you is a scam. The pressure to be accomplished before 30 is a scam. The idea that your 20s should look perfect is a scam. But knowing the truth is just the first step. Now, you need something more important. A new mindset, a new strategy, a new way of moving, a new relationship with time and growth. So let's break down exactly how to live at your own pace, without guilt, without fear, and without feeling like you're running behind. Number 1. Rewrite the story you were told. Before you can build a peaceful life, you must unlearn the lies that shaped your expectations. Because let's be real, you've been hearing these lies your whole life. You must be successful early. You must settle before 30. You must have everything figured out. You must know your purpose already. You can't start over later. If you don't blow early, you may never blow. But ask yourself, who came up with these rules? Where did they write it? Who said 30 is the deadline for greatness? Who said late bloomers are failures? Nobody. These are just cultural fears passed from one generation to another. And if you don't rewrite the story, you'll keep living a life that doesn't belong to you. Pause and ask yourself, what if I am not late? What if I am exactly where I'm meant to be? What if my timeline is different, and that's okay? Those questions alone can set you free. Number 2, stop measuring your life with someone else's ruler. Every time you compare your journey to someone else's, you're using their ruler to measure your growth. But their ruler wasn't designed for your journey. You don't have the same background. You don't have the same challenges. You don't have the same childhood. You don't have the same responsibilities. You don't have the same environment. You don't have the same strengths.
You don't have the same timing. So why should your progress look the same? Listen, the moment you stop comparing, peace will enter your life like fresh air. Instead of asking, "Why am I not there yet?" start asking, "What is my next step? What is my season? What is my lane telling me to do?" Life becomes lighter when you stop competing with people who aren't even running your race. Number 3, take the pressure off your age. Let's talk about age, the main source of stress for young adults. People act like turning 25 is a countdown to disaster. People act like turning 28 means your life is over. People act like turning 30 is a funeral for your dreams. But here's the truth nobody says. Age doesn't stop opportunity. Age doesn't stop blessings. Age doesn't stop breakthroughs. In fact, some of the most powerful moments of your life will happen after 30. More clarity, more confidence, more emotional maturity, better decisions, better friendships, better opportunities, better stability, better self-awareness, better boundaries, better sense of direction. Your 20s are the rehearsal. Your 30s are the real performance. So why are you panicking before the show has even started? Relax. You are not running out of time. You are growing into your time. Number 4, your pace is not a problem, it's a strategy. A lot of people misunderstand slow growth. They think it means failure. They think it means weakness. They think it means you're not trying. But slow growth is often strategic growth. It means you're not rushing into mistakes. It means you're building something stable. It means you're learning properly. It means you're paying attention. It means you're not forcing what isn't aligned. It means you're choosing quality over speed. It means you're creating a life that lasts. Fast success is exciting. Slow success is sustainable. A tree that grows slowly lives longer than a plant that shoots up overnight. Your pace isn't wrong, it's intentional. Number 5, understand your season. One of the biggest sources of anxiety is trying to force harvest during planting season. If you're in a learning season, learn deeply. If you're in a healing season, heal fully. If you're in a building season, build quietly. If you're in a resting season, rest intentionally. If you're in a blooming season, shine proudly. You don't need to be doing everything at once. You only need to be doing what your season requires. When you understand your season, the pressure disappears and clarity takes over.
6. Stop trying to impress people who aren't even invested in your life. A lot of people feel pressure not because of what they want, but because of what they want to look like. You're trying to look successful. You're trying to look accomplished. You're trying to look responsible. You're trying to look ahead. But here's the twist. Most of the people you're trying to impress aren't thinking about you, don't know your struggle, won't help you in your low moments, won't clap consistently, won't show up when you fall, won't carry the weight of your decisions. So why are you carrying the weight of their opinions? Do what makes your soul peaceful, not what makes strangers applaud. 7. Build skills, not pressure. If you want real long-term success, stop focusing on looking successful and start focusing on becoming capable. Build skills, build discipline, build emotional intelligence, build resilience, build financial awareness, build relationships, build humility, build self-awareness, build curiosity. The more skilled you become, the less rushed you feel because you know you're preparing for something real. Instead of, "I must succeed early," start thinking, "I'm becoming someone who can handle success at any age." That mindset frees you instantly. 8. Redefine what making it means to you. Society's definition of success is shallow.
money, marriage, career, house, car, children, status. But what if your definition is different? What if success for you is peace, purpose, freedom, joy, stability, growth, adventure, fulfillment, impact, healing, creativity, balance, authenticity? You don't need society's permission to choose your own standards. Your life is yours. Your dreams are yours. Your path is yours. Define your own making it, then chase that, not the crowd. 9. Celebrate small wins. They're not small at all. Listen, you don't need giant milestones to feel proud of yourself. Small wins matter. You woke up early today. You saved money. You improved a skill. You said no to something unhealthy. You tried again after failing. You survived a rough week. You sent that application. You asked for help. You cleaned your space. You made progress mentally. You practiced gratitude. You learned something new. These are not small. These are foundations. People who win big are people who celebrate small. Because small progress is still progress, and consistency is what compounds into success. 10. Embrace your timeline, even if it looks different. The people who look like they're ahead today may hit challenges later. The people who look like they're behind today may rise suddenly. The people who seem confused now may become leaders later. The people who seem lost now may find a path that changes their lives. Nobody's timeline is perfect. Nobody's timeline is predictable. We're all figuring it out. Some people are just better at acting confident. Trust your timing. Trust your pace. Trust your process. Your life is not late. It's unfolding. 11. Find people who move at your pace. You don't need friends who put you under pressure. You need friends who understand your season, who support your growth, who celebrate your progress, who don't compete with you, who don't rush you, who don't shame you, who don't compare timelines, who give you honest encouragement, who believe in slow but steady progress, who make you feel safe being yourself. The right people make your journey lighter. The wrong people make your journey stressful. Choose carefully. Your environment affects your pace. 12. Trust that you are not behind, you are becoming. You're not just trying to succeed, you're becoming someone who can handle success. You're not just trying to make it, you're becoming someone who can sustain it. You're not just trying to find your path, you're becoming someone who can walk it confidently. Every challenge is shaping you. Every delay is teaching you patience. Every setback is building resilience. Every confusion is strengthening your clarity. Every slow season is adding depth to your story. Your life is not stagnant, it's maturing. And when the time comes, when the dots finally connect, when the season shifts in your favor, when the opportunities align with your preparation, people will call it sudden success. But you will know the truth. It wasn't sudden. It was built slowly, quietly, intentionally, consistently, patiently. It was built at your pace. Final message: you are not late. You are right on time. Read this part carefully, like a prayer. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not slow. You are not wasting time. You are not forgotten. You are not unlucky. You are not out of time. Your path is different, not wrong. Your timing is different, not delayed. Your journey is unique, not inferior. Success is not a race. Life is not a deadline, and your 20s are not a finish line. You are growing, you are learning, you are evolving, you are becoming. One day, your life will make sense in a way that shocks you. Until then, move with peace, move with grace, move with courage, move with patience, move with faith, because your story isn't late, it's loading.